All right, let's go to New South Wales. I want to see where those numbers are up. Our chief election analyst, Tom Connell.
Labor started the day on 45 seats with 4 options to get to 47, but the day's counting has not been kind to them. Starting off, first of all, in Kiama, this is the seat being held by Gareth Ward at the moment. Labor was briefly ahead in. Today, Gareth Ward, you can see his primary has been trending up towards 40%. Labor needs a lot of help from those preferences. Is it getting it? Plenty of it, but not quite enough. Gareth Ward ahead now. This is after some of the pre-poll and postals have come in. The vote left there is all going to be friendly towards Gareth Ward. So even though the computer's saying too close to call, he will retain that seat. There's one that Labor is not going to win. So where else could it win? Well, let's take a look at the seat of Terrigal. This is one Labor was a decent margin ahead in on the night, but again, it's been trending the wrong way. If we take a look at the primary, familiar contest, Liberal Party ahead. Will Labor get enough help from preferences? Remembering we've got optional preferential voting, so the vote exhausts. And in fact, Sam Boughton was ahead by 1.7%. He slipped behind. And again, the issue here, we do have the pre-poll in. We're waiting mainly on postal and absent. Absent will help Labor. The postal, the amount that it's going at the moment to the Liberal Party is going to mean they will win that seat. Computer's saying too close. We're saying Terrigal will now go to the Liberal Party because of the rest of the votes there are to count. So 2 opportunities there essentially gone for the Labor Party. Holsworthy is the other one that we have been looking at today, just because of the big pre-poll that's been left in the system. Again, you see on the primary, Labor Party a bit closer, but this time One Nation helping the Liberal Party on preferences. We go to 2-party preferred. You can see this is a decent lead at the moment for Tina Ayad. And at the moment, the computer's saying too close to call. We are projecting this to be a Liberal Party victory. Why? Well, again, what we have left at the moment are some postal votes and some pre-poll and some absent. The information we have on the pre-poll votes is they are not trending strongly enough, the Labor Party. Liberal Party remain ahead when we just have postal and absent to go. Again, it's a familiar equation. At that point, the Liberal Party will stay ahead. It's going to be quite a bit tighter than the other seats, so we're not calling it right now, but this does not look like the path towards the Labor majority. And the problem for Labor, that means they've just got one single seat that they're hoping to win. So they're on 45 at the moment. The seat of Ryde is an absolute cliffhanger. As you can see here, the primary vote again is similar, Labor getting help from the Greens, but the Labor vote is a bit healthier than some of those other seats. 2-party preferred at the moment. This, different to the other seats, has the Labor Party ahead, 50.28%. It's a margin of only 234 votes. The amount of vote left this time, the difference compared to the other equations, is the postal vote is not trending as strongly so far towards the Liberal Party, and that means it's going to be very tight. This could come down to 50 votes or even fewer. It could even be a recount. The problem is, and we're not projecting this, but even if this were to be a Labor Party win, at the moment, that's it. That's all we see them getting out of those final 4 seats, and they end up on 46 seats. So where does that leave them? We know they're going to be in government, but it does mean, once they get up here to this 46 seats, that if they want to get up to 47, they've got to be able to get someone on side to be able to form government. Now, they don't necessarily want to govern with the Greens. That obviously would get them there because the Greens have 3 members. But if you don't want the Greens on side, how else are you going to get there? Labor starts on 46, ignore the coalition side. If they're on 46, they can just get 1 member over. For example, it could be Speaker Piper. They get to 47. The problem is if they start on 45 seats, Piper only gives them 46, and they need either 1 more, perhaps someone like an Alex Greenwich, or they go back to the drawing board and they do have to get the 3 Greens on board. So the equation for Labor, after we once know these final seats are called, we know whether they need 45, 46 and +1 or +2. We still don't quite know how the Labor likely minority government will look like.
Thank you, Tom. I want to make a point there. That sort of result coming in after 12 years of an incumbent government, whether it was a Labor or Liberal, with that sort of result, minority government result, which looks likely, it is quite astonishing. I know we've talked about Liberals losing and what this means for the party, but I think there's got to be a bit of focus on what that result says about Labor, because that's not an emphatic win. I think that's going to make life very difficult for a new government.